that is in this model you have further two standards, that is in this chapter only we are going to discuss. That is IFRS 6, that is exploration for and evaluation of mineral resources. Okay, so first one, that is IFRS 6 specifies some aspects, right? That is IFRS 6 completely deals with the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. See, this IFRS 6 completely deals with the it specifies which gives the guidelines and accounting conventions and rules and regulations which completely in connection with the exploration for and evaluation of the mineral resources. So that the meaning only says that IFRS 6 specifies some aspects of the financial reporting for costs incurred for the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. So that is IFRS will be specifies the some of the aspects, some of the concepts in financial reporting. So in financial reporting, the IFRS 6 what it says in the sense that is the cost, it will be reporting about the cost, so that the particular cost will be incurred by the company in connection with the carry out of the business organization, that is in connection with the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. See, IFRS 6 specifies the rules and regulations related to this cost. So this cost specifically connection with the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. So that only it says that IFRS 6 specifies some of the aspects of the financial reporting for costs incurred for exploration and evaluation of mineral resources. So that is the examples for this mineral resources. So what are the mineral resources means? So if assume if the organization will be engaged in the exploration the mineral resources, that is gold, iron, silver, and like that. So okay, engaged in the exploration of the mineral resources, definitely it will be generate the income for the business organization. When income will be generated to the business organization, then it must be recognized in the financial statement. So to recognize and to present the income in the financial statement related to the exploration and mineral resources, the company will be going to follow the IFRS 6. So the examples for this mineral resources is, that is minerals, that is gold, silver, next oil, next natural gas, and non-regenerative resources. So you know that is a regenerative resources and a non-regenerative resources. This is that non-regenerative resources is nothing but if once we consume the resources, we can't regenerate again. For example, natural gas and oil, so like that. So these are the non-regenerative resources such as coal, natural gas, etc. Okay, I think understood the meaning. Okay, next go to the next slide, that is definition of exploration for and evaluation of mineral resources. Let's see how it will be going to state it. That is a definition: exploration for and evaluation of the mineral resources means search for the mineral resources include minerals, oil, natural gas, and similar non-regenerative resources. The definition is also says the same thing, that is this IFRS 6 specifies the some of the aspects to the business organization. So in the definition they are going to define, it is nothing but the company will be going to search for the mineral resources in order to yield the maximum profit. So the mineral resources I already discussed in the meaning itself, that is mineral resources is nothing but oil, natural gas, and similar non-regenerative resources. Okay, so after the entity has obtained the legal rights to explore in a specific area, as well as the determination of the technical feasibility and the commercial viability of extracting the mineral resources, which means assume the company will be going to engage in the exploration of mineral resources, exploration for and evaluation of the mineral resources. So in order to carry out those business by the firm or an entity, it must be take the consent or permission or legal rights, that is the legal rights from the higher authority, right? So in this particular area the company will be going to explore the various mineral resources, it must be obtain the consent from the government authorities, that is from the various government. Okay, so that after obtaining the legal rights to explore and evaluation of the mineral resources, then the company is the next step is to analyze the technical feasibility to explore the mineral resources in a particular area. That is technical feasibility in the sense all technological possibilities which ultimately support the activity or event, that is to carry out the exploration of the mineral resources in a particular area. So that the company will be going to analyze this technical feasibility also, and also the commercial viability. So not only the company will be going to concentrate on the technical feasibility, that is importing of the technological know-how from the another country, which ultimately support to the business organization in carry out the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. So similarly, after determining the technical feasibility, then the company will be going to analyze the commercial viability, that is the expenditure, that is the cost incurred for the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. So as much as possible the company will be going to reduce the cost, reduce the expenditure, so that it will be going to yield the maximum profit. What income will be going to generate ultimately, what expenses must be incurred for carry out the exploration and evaluation of activity in the business organization in particular area, that must be recognized in the financial statement as per the IFRS 6, that is related to exploration for and evaluation of the mineral resources. So this is the definition of exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources according to IFRS 6. Okay, next we go to next slide, that is accounting policies for exploration and evaluation of mineral resources. So in India, that is Indian accounting standards, international accounting standards, and international financial reporting standards. So all these standards help the business organization, and it will for obtaining the guidelines in preparing the financial statement and presenting the financial statement in a proper manner, that is in order to compliance with the single entity manner, that is a single reporting standards, which ultimately helps to the users of the financial statement. So similarly like other standards, the IFRS 6 also have the accounting policies that is related with the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. Let's see what are the accounting policies, what IFRS 6 says. Okay, the first one, exploration and evaluation expenditures incurred in connection with the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources before the technical feasibility and commercial viability of extracting a mineral resources is demonstrable. So in the definition what we have discussed, that is in order to carry out the exploration evaluation activity by the business entity, it must be obtain the legal rights from the government. So in the accounting policy what it says, that the activity, that is exploration and evaluation activity, must be recognized the expenditure. So this expenditure or cost completely must and should be connected with the exploration and the evaluation of the mineral resources, but these costs will be incurred to the business entity before the determination of the technical feasibility and commercial viability. Okay, so we don't consider, we don't consider the cost incurred after the technical feasibility determination and the commercial viability determination. So we should consider and recognize the cost incurred in connection with the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources, that is before determination of the technical feasibility and commercial viability. That is the first accounting policy. The second one, IFRS 6 permits an entity to develop an accounting policy for recognition of exploration and evaluation of the expenditure as an asset, without specifically considering the requirements of paragraph 11 and 12 of International Accounting Standard 8 accounting policy. So the second accounting policy stated that IFRS 6 will give the consent and gives the permission for the business organizations and the various entities to develop the related accounting policies, that is to develop the related accounting policies which is ultimately helpful to recognize the expenditure incurred for the exploration and evaluation by the company. Okay, so in order to explore the mineral resources and in order to evaluate the mineral resources, definitely the sum of the cost will be incurred for the business organization, right? So how the exploration and evaluation mineral resources will be carried out, in the sense by using the technological know-how and by using the some of the assets. So these assets will require the purchase cost, right? We are going to purchase the technological know-how, we are going to purchase the assets from the other country if possible, if it is necessary for the activity carried by an Indian company, right? So those costs will be recognized. Based on that recognition cost, it must be permit the business organization to develop the necessary accounting policies that must be connection or that must be required for the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resource activity. Okay, so the assets without specifically considering the requirements of paragraph 11 and 12 of IAS 8 accounting policies. So ultimately the second accounting policy says finally the IFRS 6 deals with the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources, that we know. So the second accounting policy give a chance for the entities or the business organization to develop the required accounting policies that must be necessary for the recognition of the exploration and evaluation expenditure in connection with the assets. Those assets must be used in the exploration and evaluation activity by the company, that must be without specifically considering the rules and regulations and conventions and requirements which are mentioned in the International Accounting Standard 8 under the paragraph of 11 and 12 accounting policy. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ 8 ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ 11 ಮತ್ತು 12ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಿರಾನೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿನರಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಯಾವ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ new accounting policies, that is required or necessary accounting policies ನ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ IFRS 6 ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ 8 ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ slide I think. Okay, that is the International Accounting Standard 8. So accounting policies. So let's see what it states. Okay, the standard requires compliance with any specific IFRS applying to a transaction or event or condition and provides guidelines for developing the accounting policies. So this International Accounting Standard 8 provides the guidelines for developing the accounting policies if it is benefited to the business organization or if it is benefited to the entity. So the accounting policies are the specific that is, the accounting policies are the specific principles based on conventions, rules, and practices applied by an entity in preparing and presenting the financial statement. So ultimately, this international accounting standards gives the guidelines in preparing the financial statement. That's it. Okay. So keep it in mind this point. This International Accounting Standard 8 is a condition and provides the guidelines for developing the new accounting policies if it is benefit to the business organization. So these accounting policies ultimately helpful to the business organization to practice and to prepare the presentation of the financial statement. Okay, so this is the International Accounting Standard 8 accounting policy. Okay, 8 accounting policy. Okay, in this slide we are going to discuss that is how IFRS 6 considers the impairment assets. So IFRS 6 effectively modifies the application of the International Accounting Standard 36. So what is the International Accounting Standard 36? It is related to impairment of assets only. That is to exploration and evaluation of the assets recognized by an entity under its accounting policy. So assets na exploration and evaluation of mineral resources ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ we have to test the that is impairment test for the particular assets according to International Accounting Standard 36. If we are going to, if an entity can use the assets in exploration and evaluation activity, it must see and analyze the impairment of particular assets. So impairment ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ದೌರ್ಬಲ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, so first see the accounting policy. The first accounting policy related to the impairment test or impairment of asset. It is first one. Entities recognizing the exploration and evaluation of the assets are required to perform an impairment test on those assets, which means if an entity can use the assets in connection with the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources, that are those assets must be verified under IFRS, that is verified under International Accounting Standard 36. That is after impairment test only those assets must be used in the activity of exploration and evaluation by an entity. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ನ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಂಪೇರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ದೌರ್ಬಲ್ಯತೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಗೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ದಿ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್, ಇಫ್ ದ asset does not have a more quality, then it affect more on the activity, that is the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. So exploration ಮಾಡುವಾಗ mineral resourcesನ ಏನಾದರೂ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜಸ್ ಆದರೆ it incur more cost than the expected cost, right? So that to be the safer side, the entities will be going to test the assets regarding its impairment before going to use those assets in the exploration and evaluation activity. So second one, that is the second accounting policy related to impairment. Entities are permitted to determine an accounting policy for allocating the exploration and evaluation of the assets to the cash generating units. That is, see here you have the concept here you have the concepts here your concept, that is the cash generating unit. So second accounting policy, that is the entities are permitted to determine the accounting policy. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಟಿಟಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ನ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ವೈ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಟು ಅಲೋಕೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಟು ದ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ recognized earlier. So these assets to the cash generating units, ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಜನರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಜನರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್? ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಜನರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ which assets continuously generating the income for the business organization. For example, assume you have traveling agency. You are the traveling agency, you have the travels, or that is, it is nothing but the property, it is nothing but the assets only, right? That is vehicles which generates continuously the income for the business organization. So that is the cash generating units. Generating, that is continuous tense, right? That is cash generating units. So these vehicles will be continuously generating the cash inflow to the business organization, so that will be called as cash generating units. Yes, of course, the travel, that is the transportation cost, is also one of the expense incurred for the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. So those assets must be identified in the cash generating units. After identifying those assets, in respect of those assets, it is permitted to an entity to develop the accounting policies. Okay, so that is the second accounting policy regarding impairment. So third one, that is if an impairment test is required. If an impairment test is required, any impairment loss is measured, presented and disclosure in accordance with the International Accounting Standard 36. We know that the assets must be tested, that is about impairment, in order to use those assets in the exploration and evaluation activity. So in order to test the impairment about the particular asset, those assets must be tested and analyze the impairment loss according to International Accounting Standard 36, because this International Accounting Standard 36 related to impairment assets. ಸೊ ಈ IAS 36 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ನ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಥರ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ಸ್ನ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪರ್ ದಿ International Accounting Standard 36 only, in order to carry out the exploration and evaluation activity, we are going to test the impairment and impairment losses on those assets which are used in the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources according to International Financial Reporting Standard 6. Okay, so next go to the next slide. That is last concept, presentation and disclosure according to International Financial Reporting Standard 6. So IFRS 6 requires disclosure of the information that identifies and explains the amount recognized in the financial statement arising from the exploration for the evaluation of the mineral resources. So that is similarly all other standards, that is similar to all other standards, IFRS 6 also present and disclose the informations related to the amount or cash flows. Those cash flows are generated in the connection with the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. So in order to disclose, in order to present the income, that is the amount in the financial statement, how it will be going to present and how it will be going to disclose. Let us see the first one, that is disclose its accounting policies for exploration and evaluation of expenditure, including the recognition of exploration and evaluation of the assets. Which means the first disclosure stated that we are going to disclose the accounting policies. Ultimately, these accounting policies are completely related to the activity carried out by the business organization. The activity means accounting, that is exploration and evaluation. This is the activity. So to carry out these activity, what and all expenditures are incurred, those expenditures must be recognized by a business entity in connection with the assets used in the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources. Okay, mineral resources. So second one, disclosure, that is disclose the amount of assets, liabilities and incomes and expenses, operating and investing cash flows arising from the exploration for and evaluation of the mineral resources. So second disclosure stated that we are going to discuss, that is the entity must be disclose the various assets, various liabilities, various incomes generated for the business organization, various expenses incurred to carry out the exploration and evaluation activity, various operating activities, various operating incomes, operating expenses, and also various investing cash inflows and cash outflows, which are ultimately arising from the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources, so that what and all assets must be, what and all liabilities, what and all incomes, expenses, operating and investing cash inflows or outflows are arising to carry out the exploration and evaluation of the mineral resources, those each and every line of item must be specified and present in the financial statement. So this is the second disclosure, an important disclosure. So by this I conclude International Financial Reporting Standard 6, which is ultimately deals with the rules and regulations regarding exploration for and evaluation of the mineral resources.